had a good Christmas and happy Life Day and all that sort of stuff. I'm your host, Mandalorian, the X-Wing Jesus. And me along with this one, are we going to be looking back at what 2020 had in store for us by way of what Star Wars stuff was coming out. Alright, so let's get stuck into it because it's a big year. Actually going to cut this episode into 2 parts. So part 1, we're not concentrating on any of the tabletop gaming stuff. That'll be in part 2. This one, we're going to concentrate on the other stuff. Alright, so we'll start off with the main thing that everybody's talking about from this year is the release of Season 2, The Mandalorian. And oh man, well, that just had so much stuff in there. I could go on for ages about every episode and that. But we saw all our favourite characters who survived Season 1. This fella as well. So Mando, Baby Yoda, Cara Dune, Carth Greeger. More importantly, we did need a big villain to come back, Moff Gideon, and that's really good to see him coming back and being a really good villain in that. So as well as that, we had a few others having little cameos from Season 1. So Mithril was back. He's the one that got frozen in carbonite in Episode 1, back last year. And we also had Migs Mayfield come back, and that was an awesome episode. That was brilliant. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. And then there's also a little bit part came back. We had Q90 or O, or however you want to call him. He was back for a very tiny little bit in Episode 2, Season 2. So that was great seeing all those characters. And then of course we also had, and we didn't realise that we had Fennec Shand come back, and we also had Boba Fett come back. He was in Season 1, but it was just his foot. Nobody knew it was really him. We all hoped it was, but it was him. So I mean that's the biggest one that came back was Boba Fett. That was a great episode there. Came back, he smacked the snot out of all them stormtroopers, and it's just brilliant. And seeing him working with the Mandalorian as well, that was just fantastic. We also had Bo-Katan as well. Fantastic episodes she was in. Ahsoka as well, like basically super ninja. She was fantastic. We had such good episodes there. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. Cobb Vanth, that Episode 1 with the Krayt Dragon was it's just brilliant. The Sand People was just, I could go on, but it's just fantastic. And then obviously Luke Skywalker turned up, and wow, that's a big spoiler, by the way. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to spoil it. There we go. But yeah, that's just super brilliant. But I've got him back from Luke, and so it's all good. We're still carrying on, still doing the child minding. Eh? One day I'll get an animatronic. One day I'll get an animatronic one. Yeah, that's quite difficult to say. Anyway, but there we go. So that was it. Season 2 was just everything we could ask for. Loved it. Can't wait for Season 3. Anyway, and the end of that, we get a little bit of Boba Fett running amok in Jabba's palace. Well, it's not Jabba's palace anymore, is it, eh? So, that was fantastic. We're going to get a new Boba Fett series. So, anyway, what else did we have? We had Clone Wars Season 7, and that was fantastic. I mean, it started off pretty good with the Bad Batch. More of that to come along. Bad Batch, I quite like that. That was really good. Bit of character in there for the clones and stuff. Went a bit off the rails when Ahsoka left the Jedi and went her own way. That got awful. But then they made up for it with Mandalore. But going back to Mandalore and that was just amazing. Absolutely stunning. So that led well. That fitted in with Mandalorian. That was brilliant. And then on top of that, they had the Lego Holiday Special. So, leading on from the horrific one from back years ago, Lego have done the Holiday Special. That started off pretty cheesy, but it's actually worked out pretty well. I was quite happy with that. It was quite entertaining when, you know, the furthest you went down the rabbit hole. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. It was quite good. So, moving on to the unfortunate bit of people we've lost, and what great characters and what people, you know, actors we've lost this year, or 2020. So, we'll start off with Max von Sydow. So, famously Ming the Merciless, brilliant actor. It's just unfortunate we only got to see him in his 80s as Lor San Tekka at the start of The Force Awakens. I know he did some stuff for Lego as well, but why did we wait so long to get him? He could have been an amazing part of Star Wars. But there we go. That's unfortunate. He would have been a really good Count Dooku if we didn't have Christopher Lee doing him. But there we go. And we had famously Darth Vader. He passed away. That was November. It's the face of Star Wars, Darth Vader, and to think that, you know, he's gone it's just so sad. And as almost a double whammy at the end of the year, at the start of December, we had Jeremy Bulloch, Boba Fett. He's gone as well. That just, you know, hit a lot of people. Just hope he got to see Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, you know. Well, there we go. Also out this year, moving on, we have an amazing computer game came out, Squadrons. So that was a lot came out with that. The build up to that was amazing. You know, those little animated shorts that come out were really good. For those people that don't know it, Squadrons, you basically get in your TIE fighter, TIE bomber, TIE interceptor or TIE defender, go out there and shoot the snot out of the rebels. There was like some missions, and then you could also do it online with your mates as a squadron as well. You could, you know, fly for the rebels or the Imperials. The rebels could fly X-wings, A-wings, B-wings, Y-wings. I know a lot of people got stuck into that. Personally, I can't play computer games because it just does my head in. I get super addicted, super into it, and then I've got a migraine for days afterwards, so I can't do them. But there we go. Moving on from that, we had a vast amount of Lego come out. When I just started looking at the amount of Lego that come out for Star Wars, I didn't think there was that much. But I was just looking at the headline stuff. So, as well as all the little microfighters and the little sets, I mean, there was a little Mandalorian set which I picked up, was really good. I also picked up Vizsla's Y-Wing and stuff like that, and a small Upsilon shuttle for Kylo Ren in the microfighters range. But there was some really quite impressive things that come out that were a little bit unexpected. They hit us sort of like towards the end of the year, sort of like September time. The most impressive thing was the Mos Eisley Cantina. That was massive when that came out. I thought somebody's just winding it up. I thought that was a fan thing that fans had come out with. And it wasn't until Lego actually started saying, yeah, this is what we're doing, I was like, wow, that was a complete folding set. So you can have it as the complete cantina, or you can open it out so you've got all the inside fully detailed, loads of the bar characters and everything. That's just stunning. We also had Vader's castle. That's pretty cool stuff in there as well. Resistance transport, which looked really cool. Poe's X-wing, this time in orange from the Skywalker film. Can't even remember what the title is. I keep getting them confused. So we have a Sith TIE fighter. There was an A-wing, and there was the helmet range as well that has landed. So you got Boba Fett's helmet. Got that one for Christmas or Life Day, whatever you want to call it. There's a Stormtrooper and his TIE fighter pilot as well. So they're quite big, quite impressive. There was Dio, there was another AT-AT, as also the big one that everyone was waiting for was the Razor Crest. And that looked pretty good, although there's an alternate version where you don't actually have to build the Razor Crest. That shows it, you just open all the packets and onto the table, and that's it. But there you go, boom. And also, quite a strange one that I hadn't seen before was you can actually get Yoda's lightsaber as a Lego thing. So I know somebody is going to be quite interested in that. Maybe he'll have to wait for his birthday or for Christmas, Life Day this year. Getting lost on the days now. But there we go. So on top of all the Lego stuff, there was the Advent calendar. But I have forgotten Adidas trainers. Adidas trainers have got a bit of a Star Wars range. And like this year, they caused a little bit of a stir. I saw there was quite a few things going on there that they brought out and were just selling out just like that. So particularly Boba Fett trainers. There's also some Han Solo trainers. I nearly said Han. Lando ones. There were 3POs. Had some high tops. They were actually quite cool. Very blingy because of the gold. R2-D2 and Chewie's hairy trainers. That was pretty cool. So, as well as everything that we've had so far, we've been talking about the Lego calendar. Going back a little bit, I went off on a tangent there. Anyway, so as you can see on the screen, that is the entire Lego calendar. I'm not going to go through it one by one, but there were some highlights there. Vader's a good one. And so's the X-Wing. Little Dio was quite interesting. I like that. There's not a lot. This was a really good year for the Lego calendar. I thought it was really good. There is some bad stuff still in there, like the Tauntaun. That crap. And I did not really like this one that much either. That was a bit now. It was still there, like this one. It was still decent. It was still okay, but nowhere near as bad as previous years where we Porg Islands. That was terrible. Oh man! But I'm just gonna compare some of these with some of the ones that we've had in the past. So we have a look at the old. This is a previous A-Wing from days gone by with the Resistance one. Not bad. I think that's pretty cool to come up with something the same but different. Snow speeders. So I had a snow speeder in the past. That's the new one. That's the old one. So a little bit of difference there. It's interesting how they can come up with something that's the same but different. We've also got in the same but different range. We have X-Wing, Pose X-Wing with another X-Wing. It's pretty good. That's good value for money. It's really good, nice big pieces. We've got an old Millennium Falcon and a new Millennium Falcon. I think that's last year's. So again, the same but different. And on those lines, I bring in this droid. So this droid, the same, but the same. Unbelievable. How they could come up with that. It's like, we haven't got anything to put in. What do we put in? Let's just chuck another battle droid in. Although, kind of along the same but different was the upgraded Stormtrooper. So we went through this on the video. This one is a lot better than this one. The same but different. Again, on the same but different run, we had an underwhelming little Porg here on, I can't remember what days any of these were on. That's a previous Porg. Same but different. And then same but different again is these. Same but different. There we go. So that is Star Wars Lego. This has been part 1 of the review for 2020. Keep it real, this is the way. Mando